morning, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I'm in my kitchen because I have a kitty cat sitting on my chair and I really didn't want to be fighting over the chair with the kitty cat. But I'm here for this today. Robodebt Royal Commission final report to be handed down today. The ABC has got the last updates. So let me just tell you what's happened. So what's happening today is that the report is being handed to the Governor-General today at 9:30, which has just happened. It's been reported that's happened. It's then going to be tabled in Parliament. All of the politicians have had to stay. Oh no, they've had to stay in Parliament today, so it will be tabled in Parliament. And then once everyone's had a chance to read it, the federal government will respond to it. Now, what it is expected... Bill Shorten was on the ABC this morning, and now I think he's the Social Services Minister, I think. Yes, he's the Government Services Minister. Said that, you know, something like Robodebt cannot ever happen again in Australia. It was brutal. So what was Robodebt? Robodebt was a scheme set up to discover who owed debts to the government through their government payments. Now, how it worked is if you had a job that paid the same amount, if you worked the same amount of hours every week and got the same amount of pay, you were fine. But what is a big trend here in Australia is that a lot of people have casual jobs and they might have 2 or 3 different jobs and they work with 2 or 3 different employers or different times of the year. What Robodebt did is it took what you earned and it said if you and it averaged it out over a year. But you might only work 2 weeks of that year for that employer, but it took it over the whole year. So when they said, this is what we think you should be earning, this is what you've earned. Well, you've not told us that, so you've now got a debt. That's what it did. And it was all done by a robo. It was all done automatically. It was nicknamed Robodebt. And it's caused... Lots of people have subsequently taken their own lives. It's caused huge stress. I actually was a victim of Robodebt myself. This is the issue that was underlined. I mean, I can work 3 or 4 different jobs in a year for certain things. So, for example, my current job, I only work during school terms. So I have school holidays where I have no income. So I can choose to find work for those times of holidays, which I often do. Well, under Robodebt, it would average it out over a year, and it was never going to happen. So here is the first key event today. Let me just pull this up. This is I'll put a link to this page underneath. So this is her. This is Catherine Holmes meeting the Governor-General. So he's the King's representative, and there's the report, and it's been handed to the Governor-General, and the Governor-General will now take it to Parliament, and Parliament will have to deal with it. So it says it's a moment. So that's the first thing. It'll be tabled in Parliament and released to the public. So I'm going to keep tabs on this. But there are a couple of interesting things in here is, so Bill Shorten also determined that Bill Shorten told Radio National earlier that it's a crucial reason why the Robodebt was being released today instead of last week. So it was due to be last week, but... Robodebt Royal Commissioner Catherine Holmes asked for the deadline to be extended because we had the new National Anti-Corruption Commission starting on the 1st of July. So based on that information, it is expected that there will be referrals to National Anti-Corruption Commission to investigate this further. The other thing is it's a 900-page report, so it's going to take a time. The other thing that we know is that it's going to have a confidential chapter, which is expected to contain refers to other bodies such as the police, to to police and prosecutors, and the Commissioner has made a non-publication order, and it's sealed. So it won't be made public, so only certain people will see that, and it's likely to protect people who may face future civil or criminal prosecution. So what we know about the report, so we know that whistleblowers were deemed to be troublemakers. We know that there was years and years and years of poor behaviour within the public service, particularly in that department, and there was lots of buck passing. Nobody was prepared to take responsibility for it, including the ministers themselves, who evidently and interestingly, a couple of them have since resigned from Parliament as it's come to light. So, and the other thing is, and I think it's really important, that with the outcome of this report, it may be distressing. This topic is rather distressing for people, and I'm also going to link in the post that the broadcaster ABC's listed. They've pinned a list of people that you can speak to. So if you or anyone needs some help, you can call Lifeline, 131 114. That's 24 hours. There's the Mensline Australia, 1300 789 978. Beyond Blue, 1300 224 636. Headspace, 1800 650 890. You can reach out at au.reachout.com, and there is the suicide callback service on 1300 659 467. I'm going to put them below, but please make sure that if you need to, that you speak to somebody. I was a victim of Robodebt. I'm probably one of the lucky ones. However, I know that for some people it will be distressing, and some of the stories were devastating. You know, we knew when you've got staff saying we knew it was dodgy, when ministers say they were not aware of the illegality, I say that cannot be so. Staff knew, our legal people did, and so did our managers. So it was. I presume it's going to be. I'm presuming it's going to be damning, and I can only hope that the government does the right thing and make sure that this does not ever happen again. We can't have this happen again to anybody. So as I said, I'm going to put the numbers below in the text below if you need help. As if this is just triggering for you, this is going to be a very I'm expected to I'm hoping that finally someone is going to have to take accountability for what's happened. That's what I hope to get out of it. But we've just got to wait now. It's got to go through the other process. So probably later tonight, I will be back and we can have a discussion. I'm hoping that I might be able to go live later today, and we can go through it together and have a look at it, or at least pick out some of the key points of it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. I hope you're having a good day, and yeah, this is quite a monumental day for myself and all the victims of Robodebt. I hope you have a good one. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notified when there's an update. Bye.